I think it's a shame. I think it's very sad. I think it's so bad for the royal family.
Okay, so Donald Trump, he was interviewed on Air Force One earlier today after dozing off at his silly little global peace summit thing that he was holding, and he was asked his thoughts about the arrest of Prince Andrew last night in regards to his relationship and associations with Jeffrey Epstein. And in all honesty, I have never seen a more guilty response in my entire life. Not only does Trump call the whole thing like a sad and a shame for the royal family, but then he doubles and triples and quadruples down on the idea that he had nothing to do with Epstein and that he's been completely exonerated. Okay, how about we take a look together at this insane answer to the question and how it actually matches up with reality, shall we?
I got a question about something big overseas today. The former Prince Andrew arrested by the police there, related to something with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you think people in this country at some point, associates of Jeffrey Epstein, will wind up in handcuffs too?
Well, you know, I'm the expert in a way because I've been totally exonerated. That's very nice. So I can actually speak about it very nicely. I think it's a shame. I think it's very sad. I think it's so bad for the royal family. It's a very, very sad. To me, it's a very sad thing.
Okay, whoa. Trump, I'm just going to hit the brakes, pause you there for a second, because I definitely wouldn't say that you were completely exonerated. You know, I think that being mentioned in the Epstein files over 1 million times probably doesn't put you in that category. I think it says otherwise. In all honesty, I think that Trump is terrified in this moment, right? And he is panicking. He realizes that this whole global structure thing that these rich billionaire elites have set up is falling right in front of their faces, and people in positions of power, legitimate power positions, are finally being held accountable for their crimes. They are being held responsible for what they have done, and Trump can tell that the clock is now ticking. Because yeah, it must be a shame that Andrew got arrested, because now it means that no one is safe. Right? He was at once a prince, now ex-prince, of course, but none of your criminal cabal is safe anymore, Donald, and that just terrifies him. He just keeps saying, oh, it's so sad, it's such a bummer. Yeah, you know, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo to you, you filth, right? Like, what did Ted Cruz say about this case again?
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Right, that's their intentions. All Trump can say is, it's so very sad. It's so sad this happened. Also, I didn't do it. I did not do it. I never mentioned. I didn't. Whatever you think I did not do it. No matter what proof you have, I didn't do it. Nope, I did not do it at all. Not me. Never did anything. Nope.
When I see that, it's a very sad thing to see it, and to see what's going on with his brother, who's obviously coming to our country very soon, and he's a fantastic man, king. So I think it's a very sad thing. It's really interesting because nobody used to speak about Epstein when he was alive, but now they speak. But I'm the one that can talk about it because I've been totally exonerated. I did nothing. In fact, the opposite. He was against me. He was fighting me in the election.
Honestly, this sounds like parody. This is what a guilty person would say in a sitcom, right? Like, oh, that guy that I spent thousands of hours with over the course of decades and have been photographed with him and mentioned in his files all about him over 1 million times. Yeah, no, actually, that guy, I hate that guy. I hate that guy. He's my enemy and I hate him. And the whole time I didn't know anything about any of the crazy illegal stuff he was doing. I never knew about that bad guy ever. Never, ever. It's so childish and moronic, and it sounds so childish, and it really feels like he thinks that he can pull the wool over our eyes and actually slither his way out of this one, but he cannot, right? And he has pulled the wool over for some of his, most rabid supporters, right? But the fact is that no matter what happens, Prince Andrew got arrested. People know. People are waking up and realizing that everyone needs to be investigated, right? People need to be investigated, and the time is running out for these monsters, and they are panicking. Because Prince Andrew needs to be investigated 100%. There's some crazy photos, there are some insane things in the files, but so does Trump. And for the record, he is mentioned 37,350 more times in the redacted files than ex-Prince Andrew. So, yeah, Trump definitely needs to be investigated too. What puts the cherry on the top for this one is that this interview on Air Force One came after Trump's Board of Peace Summit, where some of the world's great leaders like autocratic, corrupt Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban was in attendance, as well as Argentinian President Javier Milei, and of course, how could we forget about Gianni Infantino? He's not a world leader, he's just the president of FIFA, but because he's Trump's little flesh puppet, he was there, I guess, for some reason. FIFA's not a country, I don't know why he was there, but he was there, and he was so proud to show off his little hat, too. He is such a fool, and he sticks to Trump's side like a parasite leeching off of him all the time. But the attendees weren't the only strange thing about the summit. Trump, trying to look normal and straight, had this interesting moment at the summit.
President Pena of Paraguay is here. President, thank you very much. Young, handsome guy. It's always nice to be young and handsome. Doesn't mean we have to like you. I don't like young, handsome men. Women, I like. Men, no, I don't have any interest. Good.
Yeah, Trump, you seem super not into hot, fit men after hearing that, for sure. You know, that was almost as bad as your defense for your buddy Andrew earlier. Wait a minute. Oh, Trump liking Zoran makes so much more sense now. Trump also fell asleep at the event, go figure.
Thank you.
It's just that this joke is our president, right? This sleeping, incompetent felon oaf is our president, and he has the gall and the audacity to stand in Air Force One and call the arrest of Prince Andrew sad and a shame. Representative Thomas Massie, one of the architects of the Epstein Transparency Act and the only Republican actively fighting against Trump right now, said this on Twitter. He writes, "Prince Andrew was just arrested. This is the metric I established for success of the Epstein Files Transparency Act that Representative Ro Khanna and I got passed. Now we need justice in the United States. It's time for Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel to act." He also included this clip of him, which speaks to the moment we are in right now.
Some of them will be embarrassed, but some of them need to go to prison, and the survivors know that. So how will we know if this bill has been successful? We will know when there are men, rich men, in handcuffs being perp-walked to the jail. And until then, this is still a cover-up.
And an arrest has been made indeed, and there will be more to come, right? The time for Trump is ticking down, and he knows it, right? His world is crumbling down around him, and he thought he could get away with it. He thought we could get away with it, but he won't, right? Because the American people are not just standing idly by anymore, right? This isn't a story that he can sweep under the rug. Like, the Teflon Don cannot really slip out of this one. This one is sticking, right? People are paying attention, and they are not losing focus on this issue because it matters to, like, every American, because there is such a clear evil, there's such a clear bad, and then there's such a clear good, the victims, right? And it's there needs to be justice for them. There needs to be investigations into these monsters and to get to know the truth, right? Trump ran on transparency. FBI Director Kash Patel, he said that he would release everything that they've had, and clearly they're not doing that. And we need to get to the truth, right? But this is just the very first step, and it's a great first step on this journey. It shows that actual powers that be, the justice systems in this world, are actively working, and it shows that this whole thing was worth it, right? What Representative Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie worked on, the Epstein Transparency Act, and now we are getting some results, and it will just keep growing and growing and growing as more and more people pay attention and do not let go. So don't stop pushing, because we are getting there. But I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. I really appreciate it. If you like what you saw in this video, be sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts. I would love to hear all about them, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. It's a great way to show your support, and hey, it's free. So do us a favor, do all that good stuff, and have a good day. I'm Iago Lashua. Goodbye.